Hello and welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining me once again. Today, I'm going to be working on a 16 by 16 birchwood canvas. I've primed it with black gesso and I'm going to attempt doing a feather effect today. I'm doubling up on my nitrile gloves, making sure my canvas is level, and hope you're all well. Once again, thank you for joining me. It's a beautiful, beautiful sunny day. Perfect day for a resin piece. So I want to get busy with this, so I'm just gearing up, putting on my gloves, doubling them up so that I can avoid getting resin where I don't want it to go, making sure that my canvas is clean and it is level. So I want to just pour down the resin. I'm using Nic Pro 1-to-1 ratio that I mixed really well. And I'm using these silicone cupcake holders. Well, they were. I cut off the bottom, and my color palette will include Spring Olive Gold, mica powder, aristocratic red, and then NJWJ NJY. It's a mouthful, I know. In a purple, blue, gold, and these have a beautiful shimmer effect to them once they are dry. So I thought they would pair really well with the olive green and that aristocratic red, and that's why I'm introducing the red, purple, blue, also by NJWJ. NJY. So I'm going to put down my resin first, spread it out, and then get busy. Thank you. Alright, so I want to put down the silicone form, and I'm going to begin pouring out those colors. I think I want to start with the NJ one, and I'll just introduce the darker color, the olive, and then go back in with that shimmer in between. Oh, I can see it's starting to move already. Love what's going on already. It's starting to ooze out from underneath. I think I may have put a little bit too much silicone, or excuse me, too much resin on the canvas. I might have been able to just pour out and surround it like I would if I had been doing the acrylic pour. But it's, again, just practicing, taking another journey and see how it works out. Love the feathering effect that's going on here. And notice what that NJ, those two shimmering colors, the purple-based one and then the red-blue-based one, is creating the shimmer effect and interplaying with the aristocratic red and that olive green. I do not know if those feathers will remain because resin just kind of takes a life of its own as it's drying. But I love the combination of the colors, so let me know what you think on this. I'm always looking forward, or always do look forward to your comments, your input, your feedback, what you'd like to see, suggestions you might have, and I greatly appreciate those comments again. So just want to go in and just move the silicone cup around, or form around, and again, it's forming some real beautiful colors or some beautiful feathers and fingerlings. And again, I'm not really sure if they will remain true as the resin dries, so I'll be interested to see what will happen when it does dry. I'm going to put some more music down as I continue with the pours. Please stay tuned. Just so beautiful. Love the shimmer effect, but those feathers and fingerlings, they're just so glorious. I don't think it's going to stay, given the nature of the resin, but I love the color palette, and I'm thinking perhaps I should try this on just a regular acrylic or fluid art pour. Love what it did here. And again, I do not think it will remain, but I do think I want to add a little bit more of those silicone patterns. And I'm just trying to decide which direction I want to take it. So I think I'm going to go in with the smaller one and just come across. Please stay with me. Thank you. effects. I did drop a little bit of the resin on the canvas where I did not want it to go. So I want to see if I can salvage and remove that one area where the resin landed, and I did not want that to happen. The resin is quite forgiving. I think I've said this before, so I'm hoping it works out here. And again, I can see the colored resin coming out from underneath the grooves of that form, and it's really, really quite pretty. But again, I do not think that pattern will remain, but we'll see once it dries, and I will post that at the end of the video. I am doing a voiceover because I do have my gear on, so it is difficult to hear me if through the mask if I did not do that. So I do the voiceover. I'm just watching the work that I did on this piece, and again, love the feather effects that are going on, and the colors are really coming through beautifully through the lens. So I want to torch out some of those bubbles as they are forming, trying to catch as many as I can, and I will be checking on it periodically to remove those bubbles as they do form during the drying process. So I'm just going to spin this in the direction where that little drop of resin landed. Good thing I'm ambidextrous, so I can use my right and my left hand, which needs the most work. Love what it's doing here. The patterns are just so beautiful. But again, I fear with the resin, it's just going to go in a whole different direction than I intended to here. But we'll see. Do leave your comments. Those are so greatly appreciated, and I thank you so much for watching. I'm going to turn the music back on. Still trying to decide which direction I want to go. But as I'm looking at this, it reminds me of a Picasso piece. Not that I'm trying to replicate Picasso, obviously, I don't think anyone could. But it has that same surrealistic, impressionistic, abstract feel to it. Real nice. And the olive green, as I'm looking at this, and it could be because of the canvas having been primed with that black gesso, is actually coming through as a black, and it's actually really pretty. So that olive green is kind of just forming this light film over that, and it has a real deep, rich luster to it, and I like it. So just want to come through, deconstruct it, and it's forming again some additional feathers along the way, which I really, really love. I'm hoping many of them stay, but we'll see as it continues to dry. Just trying to clean up a little bit and see what I want to do with it next. There is a lot of resin still on the canvas, colored resin, so I do not need to pour any additional colored resin in there, and the aristocratic red is really showing a lot more as I continue to do the twist and allowing it to seep through those grooves. So let's see what else can happen here. I think I'm going to stop here, just step back, and just admiring the work and the way that the color palette is playing here. Just going to torch out some additional bubbles, and I will be checking on this periodically because I know more will form. And again, I'm going to keep my fingers crossed that those those beautiful feathers will remain. But again, I'm not really sure if it will or if they will. But let me take you in for a close-up so you can see what's going on. It's just so pretty. I apologize, that is a reflection of the camera, but you can see how shiny this is. The resin just has this beautiful, rich shimmer and shine to it. And again, those beautiful feathers, where that olive green and the aristocratic red. It looks a little muted here, but it's actually not. It's really vibrant on the canvas. Be good to one another and yourselves.